Hi, everyone, and welcome to Awakening Podcast. #4. I don't know why I said hashtag, but it's all in the power of love. And that is the topic, power of love. This is Evelyn Andersson and my co-host, Alexandra.
Hello, everyone. So wonderful to see you here. So wonderful to hear from you. And thank you for being with us on our journey.
Well, thank you. So today's topic is power of love. And I actually got a letter that I want to read to you all before we start to talk about what the power of love is. And I did a quick research on my computer to see what I found out about the power of love, because it's so emotional and we do know what love means to ourselves. But if we can put love in a broader concept, what is love and how can we describe it? So I actually found a page who have posted letters that are a beautiful Albert Einstein left for his daughter, Lisa Einstein. And he gave it to her with orders not to publish their contents until 2 decades after his death. So, and this is why he didn't want them to be published. So I'm just going to leave this, read this note from him. When I proposed the theory of relativity, very few understood me. And what I will reveal now to transmit to mankind will also collide with the misunderstanding and prejudice in the world. I ask you to guard the letters along as necessary, years, decades, until society is advanced enough to accept what I will explain below. There is an extremely powerful force that so far science has not found a normal explanation to. It is a force that includes and governs all others, and is even behind any phenomenon operating in the universe and has not yet been identified by us. And now it starts the actual letter. The universal force is love. When scientists looked for a unified theory of the universe, they forgot the most powerful unseen force. Love is light that enlightens those who give and receive it. Love is gravity because it makes some people feel attracted to others. Love is power because it multiplies the best we have and allows humanity not to be extinguished in their blind selfishness. Love unfolds and reveals. For love will live and die. Love is God and God is love. This force explains everything and gives meaning to life. This is the variable that we have ignored for too long, maybe because we are afraid of love, because it is the only energy in the universe that man has not learned to drive at will. To give visibility to love, I made a simple substitution in my most famous equation. If instead of E equals mc2, we accept that the energy to heal the world can be obtained through love multiplied by the speed of light squared, we arrive at the conclusion that love is the most powerful force there is because it has no limits. After the failure of humanity in the use of control of the other forces of the universe that we have turned against us, it is urgent we now nourish ourselves with another kind of energy. If we want our species to survive, if we are to find meaning in life, if we want to save the world and everything, every sentient being that inhabits it, love is the one and only answer. Perhaps we are not yet ready to make a bomb of love, a device powerful enough to entirely destroy the hate, selfishness, and greed that devastated the planet. However, each individual carries within them a small but powerful generator of love whose energy is waiting to be released. When we learn to give and receive the universal energy there, Lisa, we will have affirmed that love conquers all, is able to transcend everything and anything, because love is the quintessence of life. I deeply regret not having been able to express what is in my heart, which has quietly beaten for you all my life. Maybe it's too late to apologize, but as time is relative, I need to tell you that I love you, and thanks to you, I have reached the ultimate answer. Your father, Albert Einstein.
I remember this letter. Thank you so very, 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 very much, Eva, for bringing back this immortal or timeless piece of love.
I got quite taken by reading that letter, actually. I didn't expect it to affect me so deep, because we all do know that the power of love is huge. And we do know, and we have kept talking about this, Alexandra, for so many times.
Yes.
Drop into your heart, be within your heart space, and talk and live from the heart, right?
Yes.
So, and still, when I read this letter, it added another dimension to it again. And I felt kind of moved within myself, because it's quite sad that he had to write a letter to explain the one force that holds, that is
whole
the
universe.
glue. Yeah, that is a glue between people, between the Earth's kingdom, the connections between everything. And it's so beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
It is really beautiful, but there is no but, because love is love, yes. But don't we underestimate love? Yes, don't we underestimate love as the power of unition? Yes. I had the workshop yesterday, yes, and when I was preparing myself for the workshop, yes, I did my search and etc., right? Someone says of this beautiful spiritual teacher, someone says that all we seek or all we want is love, and to love others. Yes, so all we want is love, and all we also want is to love others. And I truly believe that in this beautiful letter to his daughter Einstein, yes, we say hello to Einstein wherever he is. Thank you, Einstein, right, in our quantum field, for this reminder, yes, what really matters in our life, right? Love is the power on itself, and as Einstein mentioned that love is light, and that's what from my teachers, yes, from my guides, I receive it very, very often. Love is light. So this distinction, this term, yes, that I am love, I am light, yes. If you say I am love, it means that you are light, yes.
Yeah.
And of course, we can make another step forward and say that my life is sacred. Why? Because I am love, yes. I am making changes, for example. I am making my best to live my life. But especially now in this massive ascension, which is happening right now on Earth, yes, for many light workers, for many star beingnesses, yes, to get the connection to the core, yes, of themselves, is the mandatory, probably, yes, mandatory. To get to know yourself is to know the love is in you. So from this, within I am love, I am light, the life is more remarkable journey, yes, remarkable journey of light, right, on earth.
And yet love is the debatable topic.
Yeah.
And we have our own relation to what love means and how to express it or how it should be expressed. And in the letter, he says that love is given to be given to others, but also to receive.
Yes, I would love to talk about it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it crossed my mind before I was in preparation for our talk today for the hour. Yes, can we really receive love? Yes, and is receiving love easier than sharing love, or is sharing love easier than receiving love? Right. Just an example that I don't know how many times you guys or Evelyn DSDS, you heard the story that I feel so good when I can share love. I feel so good when I can share this, or the giving is the best healing. Yes, but isn't that receiving? Yes, that is right. I feel guilty to receive because maybe someone is more needed for receiving. Yes.
Yeah, not only the thing about receiving, because I do think that a lot of people are closing the door to receive. To be enlightened and be filled with love is to give, to give, to give, and they forget that they are receiving the light and love from the power above or from within. And they also said that every human being has this generator of love within in its own being.
Yes.
And still we are there, and we have such a difficult time to receive the power of love from someone else. And we are usually setting boundaries on how we want to receive. We choose whom we want it from, and we choose how to receive it. And of course, with everything that can be said about love and everything that we could include in the 4 letters word love, 5 letters, no, 4. LOVE.
4.
Yeah. Sorry, we are not English, so yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah. But it's with that said, but sometimes, depending on how you define love, you need to set boundaries, of course, and you have to have your healthy boundaries on whom you receive it from. But if we talk about the emotional concept of love, to be putting a barrier on who shall be able to love us is to set a barrier to the force, the power of love. Because we are conduits, the power is coming through us, it's within us, and we are pushing it out there. And when we are rejecting it, the force that is coming towards us, we are also rejecting the origin of the force.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Eva. I know you for so many years, and I really, every time we having these conversations or we meet, I always admire your wisdom. Thank you so very much. Yes, people did beautifully, beautifully. The rejection of love, right? As we know, the quantum field, it's always organized itself on its own. Yes. So even if we reject the love, yes, we for example, I am not able to receive love because I don't feel like I deserve love, right? From my point of view, yes, as a quantum field channeler, yes, we are always pouring the showering of love, yes, from our guides, from Arcturians, from Pleiadians, for example, right? But to go through the human mind, right? To go through this, all those, I am this, I am that, all those labels, yes? And truly to connect with the purity of yourself, yes? Is that like the second step, right? to the enlightenment which we are seeking for, right? So the love is always, always, always in us, with us, around us, yes? On the human level, pardon me, it's more about relationship, yes? It's about acceptation each other, yes? It's about being in love of who you are first, yes? And then loving them, I mean people, as who they are. Excuse me.
Take your time.
I finished for now, thank you.
It's those seasons where everything is forced to us,
Yes.
and you know, the nature is blooming, and there are colds. Go around.
Sorry, I leave it to you for now. Yes, I'm listening.
But no, I was just talking while you cleared your throat there. But yeah, it's always amazing to talk about the power of love, and actually be able to talk about the thing that is so easy to put these limits on who I want to receive the emotional love from, or the unconditional emotion, because love is such a colorful word. It means so much. It's like this, yeah, it's a force, and it has every color in the rainbow within itself, and many invisible colors too, and everything is a frequency. And within this little tiny word love, there's a whole universe. It can be love from father, mother, to child. It can be between two persons that are in love, like a couple, and there can be this love for humanity. It can be love for the animal kingdom, for nature. It has so many dimensions, sprung from the same source, but still it takes a lot of ways, finding in their own ways out in both the universe and here on earth, between humans and everything that we are connected with. And we do know when two people fall in love, there's a whole chemical reaction going on within the body that is ignited by this feeling of love. And that is a powerful force. Just having these molecules and everything that runs through your body when you're looking at someone, and knowing that that is actually ignited by something unseen. And still we believe in love. Still we believe in love. And you read a quote before we got on live here. Would you like to read it again?
Sure. It's about life, I would say, general. It's about life. You're gonna to teach all those things you need to learn. I'm gonna read it again. You're gonna to teach all those things you need to learn. Isn't that life? Isn't that love? Yes? That we have this beautiful experience of life. We have this beautiful experience of being ourselves, of choosing who I want to be, where I want to go, or many questions, right? Or many choices. But being in love is also the compassion, is the kind heart, yes, is being in love, is sharing as you said, the relationship, yes, to have a partner, to have a child, yes, and sharing this love with this, the moment, yes. So in this metaphor of this quote, yes, we learn as we go, yes, and that's love, yes. We learn as we grow, and that's love, yes. So I also learned that about receiving love, it's not always what we want to, or in other words, how we perceive to receive love. For one person, it can be a gift. For another person, it's be a spiritual ability as a love, yes. For someone, it can be simply being humble and being in love, right? So it's different, right? Excuse me.
That's all right. Yeah. Something other that struck me now that we were talking is the slip that I made earlier and said it was a 4 or 5 letter word. I had to count the letters actually, but yeah, but it is in the English language 4 letters and 4. 4 is a number connected to somewhat, sorry,
To earth.
to earth, yeah, but also to karma, to a karmic drive. It depends. It's so many philosophies, and everyone has their own interpretation. But that was what I learned once upon a time, and yeah, and also knowing that the infinite symbol that is a shape of an 8 also symbolizes love in another philosophy. So there you have both receiving and giving. There was just some pictures that popped into my head right now that they are connected to each other. And
yes,
yeah, we have to ask Johnny to dive into those numbers later on and explain them more. But yeah, but I'm still have this feeling within myself when we're talking about love, because this all connected. And you mentioned forest, the connected to earth, but what is happening when we're talking light and love? Because when we get into our own space, when we drop into our own heart space, we are usually filled with tranquility and serenity that surrounds us, and we are feeling connected and we're one with a higher source of power, or higher self, if whatever we want to call it. And just being in that state of mind is also so blissful, because you feel this tremendous power embracing you, right? It feels like you are not falling in love with universe or God, but there is a very, very loving and caring energy that surrounds you. And if it surrounds you, it's you. If it's in you, it's you. And yet here we are, and so many have these difficulties to just shove it out in the world, just let it flow. And I'm still curious, Alexandra, why is it so hard to let this power of love just flow out and be in that state of feeling? Because love has nothing to do with suppress the feelings that we have within ourselves, because that is also a force, and they are there for a reason, and they are there to help us express, to ease tension in our body, etc. But it's so hard to actually show someone that you care for them. And why is that so hard?
There is no one answer, of course. There's no one answer. But what's coming to me is the programming, I would say. Yes.
That's a good answer.
I would say programming, self-recognition. So I'm going back to the self-development journey, yes, or transform your life journey,
Yeah.
right? Which I'm really offering them. If anyone wants to, please, please, please join us. It's about consciousness as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you are conscious of who you are, it's more likely that you will be on the equal level of receiving, yes, and sharing, yes. So the consciousness as well, yes, and be open, right? People might feel this, let's say, I am afraid because someone can not scare me, hurt me, right? Someone can hurt me, for example, yes. If I open my heart to someone, someone can hurt me, for example, right?
Mm.
Or my mother or my father told me, right, that you have to be very aware who you are, or feelings, right, are not allowed in this family, for example, right? So we learn from the childhood about love is not allowed, right?
Mm.
Or is not very welcome, right, to some degree. And then when we find a partner, right, sometimes it's the first, oh, I'm gonna share everything that I have, right, with you. And there is a disappointment because this partner is not reaching our expectations, yeah. And then we are shutting down again, right? We are closing the window to love. Yes, we are closing the window to receive love as well. And maybe there's the divorce, or maybe we are, many things just closing down this. But I believe that finding the love, or finding the reason every day, and that's the work, yes, that's the work, yes.
Mm.
Finding that every day, finding the reason to love yourself, yes, even in the morning, yes. What would be that I can be truly in love with myself today,
Mm.
right? Just a question, Rana, in the morning, yes. What would be that I truly love about myself? And I'm not talking, and I know that you guys, you know about it too. It's not a narcissism or selfish or something like that. No, but from this humble, from this compassionate, loving place, from your heart. Yes.
Mm.
What is that I truly love about myself? And that's the shift. Yes, and that's the practice. Yes, because
Mm.
the miracle of love, which we want to see a miracle of love, is truly every day putting more of light for yourself and opening more to the world, which is, as Eva says, is the most difficult for many of us to again open ourselves after all those, scars and wounds and everything is open ourselves again to the world and saying, hey, I love myself enough to be vulnerable, for example, to be humble, for example, and to say, I love you,
Mm.
right? Say, I love you, maybe to your neighbor, maybe to your spouse, maybe to your child for the first time. Truly not, I love you, but truly, you know what? I truly love you and I want to hear your story. And I think that the most what we are missing lately, we know everything, yes, and we know everything, but to really truly listen to the other person, the spouse. That was my thought in the morning about the communication, right? Do I communicate even with myself? Do I communicate with my co-workers or partner about life, right? What matters for me, what I'm going to, what is um, what is life about for me? What is the joy for me? Yes,
Mm.
what I'm planning to do. That's love, yes. But it's also the work which we are, as in this quote was, what we are learning, yes, about life and love and the power of love.
Definitely. I agree. I very so much agree with what you are saying, because I think love comes with a post-it note that says fear, and that is then the other version of this huge power is the fear-based feeling that are connected to it. Because as you mentioned there are fear connected to vulnerability, to not be everything that someone else wants you to be.
Yes.
So there are so many feelings connected to that has to do with self-worth, and you can be a confident person and show this self-confidence, but when you doesn't think that you are worthy of it, it's fear-based. So you can be confident in what you are doing, but you can have fear fear of doing it. So that is two different concepts, and this is the programming that you were talking about, that we are here, and that is love holding us in shackles, and that is the misuse of the power of love. And in a relationship there is this strong feeling that we can put a word to: jealousy. And there is a lot of jealousy between people around the world for every reason. And behind that, it is a feeling in that person. It is a feeling of not being all that they think that the other person needs. So therefore, the jealousy is there, taking over, trying to control, trying to shape that love into stay where it should be with me, for example. And then I'm misusing the power of love, because that could be a very destructive force too. And by working with those programming within your body, within your mind, and letting go of these old shackles, you have to go inside and ask yourself, why am I responding to this fear-based feeling within me? What is it that makes me feel unworthy of just being in a relationship, trusting the other person, or trusting my neighbors, trusting the community, trusting other people? And yes, there are people out there that doesn't think the same way as you do. It doesn't mean that you have less right to be that expression of their capacity of holding the light and love. And that is also something we need to learn, that we are all shining the brightest from within, from the same original source. It comes from a power above, and the strong force that floats through universe, that connecting collectives all over our galaxy, but also other galaxies. And just because someone is different from yourself, it doesn't mean that there ain't love between those species, right? You can feel love. How's your throat, darling?
Oh, don't ask.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I managed so far. Maybe not so good, yes, but I wouldn't miss it. I love our conversations, and I love our dear friends. Yes, so thank you once again for being here with us today and sharing your thoughts and your experiences about love in the comments. Thank you so very much. The universe, yes, the universe within, yes, the meaning of love in the universe. I am love, I am light, yes. Arturianus says yesterday that the treasure is in your heart, The treasure truly, truly, truly is in your heart. And it is you. It's not beyond you. It's not there, or, it is you, right? So as Eva says, giving yourself permission to love yourself more, to be who you are, yes? Even if the jealousy comes your way, that's okay, okay, yes? Or the other feeling which is unwanted because I am so much, spiritual, or I'm so much, evolved, or I'm so much enlightened, yes? It's okay, darlings, yes? I heard this morning that you are the only one who criticize yourself, right? If you think about it, it's absolutely true, right? Uh, we have no power over other person thinking about ourselves, but we have the power of love to love ourselves each day a little bit more, a little bit deeper, maybe, right? And even if the mountain of disbelief, which happens to me the other week, yes, come, right? Not sink into it, right? Just let it be, right? But in this process of the consciousness, you know that what is happening, it can bring only the best of you. And that's the lesson which I learned recently the most, that even again, if something happened, right, which is not what I wanted to happen in my life, yes, brought something which I didn't expect it, meaning more love, not only for myself, but more understanding. I hope, I truly hope, yes, more understanding of others' life, more understanding of life generally, right? And be more humble to what is happening on every personal level. Someone says you have to walk in someone else's shoes, right? To understand who the person is. Right? I don't want to walk in anyone's shoes, but I really feel the love is the connector between me and between you, right? The
That was
light.
kind of powerful,
Yeah.
Alexandra. I just need to dive in there. You said you like walking in someone else's shoes, and you don't want to walk in those shoes. You want to feel the love and power anyway. And I actually love it because that brings another dimension to the concept of power of love. Because walking in someone else's shoes means that you are using the empathic feelings.
Yes.
And that is an empath. You feel other people's feeling because you can relate to what they are doing, not sympathizing, but you're empathizing. So you can feel and tune into how other people feel, and that can be so overwhelming. And you are not supposed to walk in other people's shoes. You're supposed to walk in your own shoes, in your own light, but you can have feelings and understanding about and respect for those who walk the path next to you. So thank you for bringing that up, Alexandra. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, you spot on. You spot on. That's what I'm learning recently. I'm very, very much. As this quote says, I have those, let's say, periods in my life, yes, when I go, right? I learn, and through the channelings or through these beautiful conversations with you or with my dearest friends, yes, it's also always very much enrichment in my life, right? To have the conversation
Absolutely.
with my friends. But then I reach some level, and then I like, okay, I need to learn more to be a better teacher, for example, to be a better channeler for my private, as a channeler, yes, I want to be more open to the light. I want to this, yes. But in this process of self-realization, is always another layer, and that's what I truly love the most in the ascension. If we are talking about love, yes, love is ascension itself. Yes, we are going through this process of assimilation to the higher frequencies, but on the way, we forgot, or I speak for myself, that I forgot that I am human, right? And it was in our session. I'm so grateful, Eva, for the session which you offered me, which you gave me, quantum healing sessions. Guys, she is pure treasure. If you want to book a session with her, please do. She is amazing healer.
So are you, dear.
Healer. Oh, thank you. But so yes, right? And the feeling of love, or feeling of disappointment, or feeling of this, or feeling of that, it's a part of the journey, yes. It's a part of the sparkle of light journey as well, yes. So power of love is the power of who I am, right? So I often say everything is possible, and it is true. Everything is possible. Everything is the, as it was in the yesterday workshop, be the superhero for yourself, right? And it's very easy to say that I am my superhero, right? But the superhero is the little voice, maybe the intuition in you who is saying, hey, I love you. I support you all the way. But you have this magic wand, who's, I want this. I truly want this. Yes. So dear light workers, dear star family, I really encourage you to take your time, or take your magic wand and say, I love myself enough to set my own goal. And I know that even if I reach the goal, right, or yes, in a year or 2 years time, right, it's okay, because it's bring something for me which I can share with my friends on the way to a great unknown, right? Power of love.
Definitely. I also want to connect back to what you were saying, that the power of love is the ascension way, and we are being on an ascension path with the power of love. And a part of that is also the growth. We are growing into another connection.
Reality, I would say.
Another
It's
reality.
another reality.
Yeah, that is a good word. And in that another reality, they will open up for new encounters, new relationships, etc. So that is a good idea to learn how to receive, because we like to receive the power of love from what we can't see with our physical eyes.
Yes.
And if it doesn't work through with that concept of that love is not always just connected to what you see. Love is also connected to a feeling, and trust that feeling. Because when you see something that is unfamiliar to yourself, you may be falling back into this old paradigm of what is not costume to your life, is not something that you want to bring close to your heart. And the ascension process is not only the inner growth, it's also a expansion up in another quantum field. And in that quantum field is also another connection. And a lot of people are starting to talk about the connections with the terrestrial, the humanoids in this quantum field. And there is a different energy. There is a different sight if you see them, and you need to have that love, because love is a vibration, and that love is in several octaves, so it goes all the way up, it goes all the way into all these quantum fields and all these pathways that are lined up within our own quantum field and around us. And by connecting through heart, we actually bring in those quantum fields closer.
I'm so grateful, Ella, for these beautiful words. Thank you so much.
So do you want to add something to it?
Love.
Love. Love.
Love. If the journey is healing on itself, it is worthy. That's what I wanted to say. Right?
Yeah. Beautiful. And maybe we should have that last sentence as a closure for today's talk about power of love. Your soul throat needs some healing, and it needs a lot of power, and we are bringing all the power of love to your throat, to your life.
Thank you so
This
much.
moment.
I'm very grateful. Very grateful. And to you. Lots of love. Lots of love. Yes.
So thank you everyone who's tuned in and will tuning in to this chat we had about power of love, and we would love to hear from you what your definition of love is, and what you see about this receiving and giving, the power of love and the generator that is within us all. So pop a question, pop a comment, or just reach out if you want to talk about it. So thank you once again. Love you all. Bye bye.